Yeah, this little guy in here. I've never trusted him with any other fish, but I want to get a much larger tank. I got this divider here. I'm going to test it out, and if it works out, I'm going to upgrade to 120 gallon or 160 gallon, I don't know. Much larger than this one. So I'm trying to acclimate him to the water before I put him in. And let's just pray he doesn't die. I have to be honest, guys, I'm really scared. Well, here goes. What do you think, bud? You can handle it? Oh, I got him in. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I have a feeling that it's not going to work. I have a feeling within a half hour I'm going to be transferring him back into his other tank. Hope this is going to work out okay. He's breathing a little bit heavier than normal. Yes, this is a bit small, but this is just a test. So remember, this is not permanent. Are you okay, buddy? I know this is just a little bit small, but get used to the water, honey. This guy, he's interested. This is just a test. I'll put you in the other tank. Oh, I can't tell. I can tell that his lips, like he looks like he's sucking for air more, but I did the water quality check with this kit down here, and everything was great, and it wasn't too much off from the tank this guy came from. Plus the heat was okay, but he still looks like he's panting, like gasping a little bit. This guy's right interested. He's fine. I'm gonna keep an eye on this for a little while, and I'll give an update in a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of this in. I don't know what to do. This is the first time I've done anything like this, so I don't know. Wish me luck. Oh, I don't know how long to wait. He seems unhappy. Yeah, the temperature says 82, right? But that's not actually what it is. Here's my temperature gun here. It's 79. I don't know why that is, but I had to adjust that. Oh, you see that? Yeah, that's just 82. I'm really scared for this little guy. I brought him these. Before I switched him over, I put him in the bucket, almost, just a little under half full of his water. And then I came to this tank and I grabbed 2 cupfuls big cupfuls of that, and I poured it in with him. And I left him for about 5-10 minutes. And then I didn't want the temperature to change too much, so I came and grabbed another 2 cups and left him in there for another, like, less than 10 minutes. I didn't want the water temperature to go down too much. But he seemed fine in the bucket with the mixture of water. And then I poured him in here with all his water, and now he's got his plant that's got his own bacteria on it, which I'm hoping will help. I'm stressed out. He acts like this after I do water changes also, but he's not even interested. Like, this guy's interested in what's happening. I'm really hoping this will work out, because if it does, I'm gonna get a 160-gallon tank, which my stand that's sitting on should hold fine, and put a divider, because having 2 tanks, like, that's just, it's a little bit too much, you know. But it's this guy. This guy I tried to feed live food. He eats worms and bug bites, but he won't eat live fish. So I have a feeling that he wouldn't hurt this one, but it's this one that he don't care how big he is, he'll try to kill. This is the fish that's like the most important to me. You know, after he murdered my green terror, and I've gone through convicts and guppies and all different types of, I'm sorry, I can't even think of my thoughts. I'm so concerned about how he is. Seems to be calming down a little bit. Still trying to hide, but he's not gasping as much as he was. Like, I had this guy over 4 years, and if I was to, you know, have to choose between which fish I was going to keep, I would get rid of this one and keep this guy, because I've had him so long and all the trouble I've gone through with him. I just hope I haven't made a huge mistake. I don't like that he's hiding. Sometimes helps if you turn the lights off. So I turned the light off, and it seems to be helping already. There we are. It's not gasping as much. Sorry about the glare. Yes, I know this tank is not big enough, but if this works out, with them being in the same tank and not spazzing out, I'm going to sell my other 2 tanks and buy a bigger one. He seems better with the light turned down. Yeah, well, I turned the light back on. He's not panting as much. And now they seem interested in each other. I got this open here. This guy's a jumper, so I'll have to make sure he doesn't jump out. Some things are going a little better now. I don't think I could ever have them together. Like, this guy's uncomfortable now, but once he's comfortable, I know he's gonna turn crazy aggressive. Because even, like, if the dog or cat goes near his tank, he's like fighting at the glass. He's still like gasping a little bit, but let's do another temperature check. You can't see that. We'll focus on that. This is 82. And that's where the suction cup getting the temperature is from. So we'll check here. It says 79, 78. I'm not happy with that. I want it to be at least 80. 79 on this side, 78. I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. I want it at least 80. They're both comfortable at 80. I do have a canister filter that I was going to use for this tank, just for this guy. But he was way too outgrown for the tank that he was in. It was a 40 gallon and he was way too big for it. And I wanted to cycle it quick, so I'm using his Aqua Clear 70 and then a Tidal 75 on this tank. Because they both had the bacteria needed already. So instead of waiting a month, I only had to wait like a week and a half for this tank to be ready. So if this works out, and I get a bigger tank, even though the area seemed kind of small, they're in like, it's almost like 30 gallon each that they're both in. That should be fine for a couple weeks until I can get a bigger tank set up for them. That's if this works out. Oh, this guy keeps going to this over. I got one of these things here that clean, sucks up the stuff from the bottom, so you don't have to clean the gravel as much. He's definitely a lot happier. I'm worried about him though. Like, this plant is fine for this guy, but like this heater that I got, I had to get a heater that he couldn't shatter, and the suction cups had to be strong enough because he would ram it right off the glass. He can't have really anything in his tank, otherwise he'll hurt himself. Well, here's an update. So I was worried about the water quality and everything, and how he would handle being moved to a new tank with different water. But he seems fine now. I don't know if this is going to be strong enough. This might not work out. This little guy's more aggressive than this one. If he starts hurting his lips, this guy's barely moving. He's like, what are you doing? So obviously he's fine now. I don't have to worry about the water quality, but he's such a spaz. I hope this will be strong enough. I ordered this on Amazon. Came on Amazon Prime. And it was like 15 bucks. It shouldn't hurt his lips. If it hurts his lips, people don't like the egg crate design. I don't know. Is this stressing them out? Or will they get over it? Okay. Let's see how that works. Still trying to get in there. Oh, this guy. Well, let's see. I blocked it off. This little sneaky bugger got in there anyway. They're gonna spend. Like, relax. Calm down. They're gonna spend their whole time fighting. See, putting this plant here, that aggression seems to have stopped, but the problem is this plant, I don't like it. It seems spiky. I don't want this guy getting hurt because he keeps wanting to swim around it. See, he keeps going back in behind it. I don't want it to like pierce his eyes. I might have to take it out because this guy seems fine with that plant there. I'm taking this plant out. I don't like it. It's going to cause him harm. Took the one out. This one's not as spiky as the large one. He's not even interested anymore. That's way too small for him. It's way too small for both of them. The whole reason for doing this is to try to see if I can have just one tank. Less maintenance. Like even the filters, buying the media, you know, doing the water changes. Like, I only have 2 fish, right? It just seems to make sense. If I can have them both in my tank, would be ideal. They both have the same like tank parameters, you know, the heat and everything else, you know, so that's not much different. But are you done spazzing out, bud? We'll see how long it will take before you knock the heater off the wall. I'm just gonna see if they'll eat. Well, the night went good. It's the next day, so I had to put a bunch of plants here though. Let me see. Before I put the plants there, he got that wound on his lip. But he seems to be more relaxed now. So I guess this means that I will be getting a bigger tank. I think this is going to work out. So, in a week or so. Well, a few days later now, and I'm having issues already. I've already got a larger tank on order, but I had to switch out the filter I had here and take everything out from this side, because as you see, if you've followed me before and you know anything about this fish, he was blind always. See, on this side, he's developed pop eye. This morning, I've noticed it, but he was blind in that eye to begin with from an injury when he was small, and he had hurt himself on it was the filter I had. I had that Tidal 75 filter, and it had something sharp like on the bottom in this area. And since he was already blind on that side, he injured his eye. So now I'm working on, I switched out the filter, took everything out of there except for the heater that he could hurt himself on. And I'm debating whether or not I put him back in his other tank, but you know, it was going kind of decent already. So I gave him his first treatment today with the melafix, and I put a little bit of, you know, aquarium salts in the water. This guy wants to fight. Oh, there's the final update. You can see things didn't work out. They worked out okay for the first 2 days, and then my fish got injured from them, I guess, trying to fight too much through the divider. And as I was trying to set up my other guy's tank back up so I could put him in it, this guy was way too strong for the divider and almost mangled it. So I was able to separate them just in time. So I gave it a try, and it didn't work out. So this guy's got his tank back. Seems to be happy. All alone. You know, he's looking at his reflection now in the glass. I still have to get a background. Well, it's a few days later now, and I'm having issues already. I've already got a larger tank on order, but I had to switch out the filter I had here and take everything out from this side, because as you see, if you've followed me before and you know anything about this fish, he was blind always. See, on this side, he's developed pop eye. This morning, I've noticed it, but he was blind in that eye to begin with from an injury when he was small, and he had hurt himself on it was the filter I had. I had that Tidal 75 filter, and it had something sharp like on the bottom in this area. And since he was already blind on that side, he injured his eye. So now I'm working on, I switched out the filter, took everything out of there except for the heater that he could hurt himself on. And I'm debating whether or not I put him back in his other tank, but you know, it was going kind of decent already. So I gave him his first treatment today with the melafix, and I put a little bit of, you know, aquarium salts in the water. This guy wants to fight. Oh, there's the final update. And you can see things didn't work out. They worked out okay for the first 2 days, and then my fish got injured from them, I guess, trying to fight too much through the divider. And as I was trying to set up my other guy's tank back up so I could put him in it, this guy was way too strong for the divider and almost mangled it. So I was able to separate them just in time. So